When starting out in SOLIDWORKS, beginners often don't know the different ways in which they can connect 2D sketches. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you the different sketch points on which a sketch can either start or end. Hey inventors, and welcome to another video. My name is Wilfredo Perez Carbajal, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you the different points and parts of a sketch at which you can start or end your sketches. Up until this point, you should now be able to start a sketch and use the different sketch tools to create 2D shapes. And if you've tried making complex shapes using these tools, then you've probably found a couple of ways to attach sketches to one another. Being aware of the different points at which sketches can connect is very useful because it will enable you greater freedom as to what you can create. Now, there are different points at which you can start sketches. In fact, here is a list with all the ones we will be taking a look at. Although the focus of this video is in understanding these different points, it will be tough doing so without the use of 2D shapes. And so as a result, in this video, I'm going to be using the 2D shapes we already learned how to sketch in order to show you what these points are and where they are located. So first, let's go over the points that you can find in sketch lines. The first points we will go over are endpoints. Endpoints, as their name suggests, are the points that are located at the ends of sketch lines, whether it be straight lines, circular yet incomplete lines known as arcs, or curved lines as in the case of splines. In essence, any sketch line will consist of two endpoints from which a sketch can be started or ended. To sketch on these, you simply hover your mouse cursor with the enabled sketch tool over the endpoint you wish to start or end your sketch on and left click on it. Besides endpoints, sketch lines also usually have a midpoint. A midpoint, as the name implies, is the point that is located at the middle of the line's length, meaning that from the midpoint, you'd get the same value if measuring the distance towards any of the two endpoints from it. Midpoints are available in both straight lines and arcs, but you will not see them in ellipse arcs. Now, this is a little more advanced and you might not understand it now, but as you learn more about how to use SOLIDWORKS, this is something you'll come to understand. Midpoints are usually hidden and won't pop out unless you hover your mouse cursor near where the midpoint would be. So if you wish to start or end a sketch on it, simply hover the active sketch tool cursor over the line at where the midpoint would be and left click on it once it appears. When it comes to lines, these 2 points are the ones you can readily start a sketch on, as SOLIDWORKS makes it easy for you to place your sketches at these points. However, realistically, you can place your sketch at any point along the line, but being able to define exactly at what point on the line will require a dimension, which is something that we will cover in a future video. But just know for now that in essence, besides the end and midpoints, you can start and end a sketch anywhere on a line. When working with rectangles, you'll notice that they are made up of lines, 4 of them to be exact. And as such, these two have endpoints at midpoints that you can select. But in the case of rectangles, the endpoints connect with each other to create corners at which you can sketch on. Corners in essence would be any point at which 2 or more lines meet, as long as the lines are not parallel or overlapping. So as you can see, a hexagon also has a couple of corners at which you can start or end a sketch. Similarly to endpoints, you can sketch on these by simply left clicking on them. Depending on the type of rectangle you are working with, such as the case of a center rectangle, you may also have the option to sketch at an intersection point. An intersection point is the point at which 2 or more lines cross each other. This doesn't only apply to rectangles. In fact, as long as you have 2 lines of any type that cross each other, you can place a sketch at the point of intersection. To do so, you must just hover your mouse cursor over the intersection on which you want to start or end the active sketch tool and left click on it. If this video is helping you out, take a second to subscribe. We're building this SOLIDWORKS foundation step by step, and the next videos will build directly on what you're learning here. In the case of circles, you have the ability to place sketches at the very center of the circle at the point referred to as the center point. Additionally, when placing down a sketch circle, you'll notice the appearance of 4 yellow dots to the top and bottom as well as to the sides of the center of the circle. These points don't have an official name in SOLIDWORKS, but given that they are at right 90-degree angles from one another, we can call them quadrant points. Now I know that the term quadrant points can be tough to remember, so let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions as to another term we can use to refer to these. Similarly to midpoints, center points and quadrant points are hidden, so if you want to use them in your sketch, you must first hover your mouse cursor over the circle itself, and once the points appear, you can simply left click on the one you wish to use. And just as for the lines, you can sketch anywhere along the perimeter of the circle as long as you define it correctly, which is something we'll teach you in the future. A lot of the points you can sketch on for a circle are the same for an arc. You can see from this arc on the screen that it too has a center point, which would be the center of the circle if it were fully completed. It also has quadrant points, and you can also place your sketch anywhere along its perimeter. However, since an arc is an incomplete circle, you'll notice that it also has endpoints on which we can sketch on, and it also has a midpoint indicating the middle of the arc length. Sketching on any of these points should be the same as I already showed you. However, one thing to keep in mind when it comes to quadrant points is that for circles and arcs, you'll notice that they are aligned with the plane you are sketching on, meaning that you'll only see them placed to the left and right and above and below the circle center point if you are looking at your sketch plane in the right orientation. If you slightly rotate your plane, you'll notice that the points will no longer be exactly at these locations. I thought this would be worth mentioning because the quadrant points are different for an ellipse. When it comes to ellipses, you'll notice that the quadrant points are not aligned with the sketch plane, but instead with the wider and narrower sections of the ellipse. Even if you rotate the plane, these quadrant points will always be at these locations. Now, even though I haven't yet taught you how to use the Spline sketch tool, I think it is worth mentioning the lines to which you can connect to in a spline. As you can see from my screen right here, a spline is a line that has curves along its path. Because of this, a spline, just like a line, has endpoints, but it doesn't have a midpoint. A spline has specific points called fit points, which are the points the spline curves and bends to go through. These points are also points from which you can start a sketch or end it by left clicking on them. And just as with a line, you can technically place a sketch at any point along the spline line, but you would need dimensions in order to define the location precisely. And lastly, of course, we have individual points. Now, I also didn't go over points in the sketch tools overview video, but for now just know that you can always sketch from and to any individual points that are in your sketch plane by left clicking on them. Now, before continuing, I want to pass on a question to you. Before watching this video, did you know about quadrant points? Or is this something completely new to you? Let me know in the comment section. Now, I do want to give you a challenge for this week, and that is to create a simple sketch and intentionally use at least 3 different types of sketch points that we went over in this video to start or end your sketches at. Focus on being deliberate about where you start and end your lines. So there you have it. Those are the different points at which you can start and end a sketch. Now, if you don't yet know how to sketch 2D shapes, then I recommend you watch this video right down here. And with that, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.